Hi, Shira Lazar with CBSNews.com right now talking to Steven Wolfe. He is the co-founder of Altrinsic.com, which incentivizes students to bid on their grades and hopefully then make some money out of it. So, Steven, very interesting concept to get people excited now going into the new school year about actually doing well at school. Tell people how you came up with this idea.
So basically, me and my partner, Jeremy Gelbart, we were sitting around one Sunday and we were just hanging out. And he mentioned to me that I have a test tomorrow, but I don't really want to study. So I said to him, well, would it change your mind if you would get $100 to study? So he's like, yeah, definitely. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll give you $100 to study. But the thing is that if you don't do well in your class, then you have to give me $20. And that's how we started it. I mean, that was the first Altrinsic incentive ever.
And then you now have created a site around it where you're allowing other students to do the same. How does it work exactly? You go to Altrinsic.com, you sign up.
Right, you sign up for your account. Then you have to give us your academic history in order so we know what kind of a student you are, where your strengths, where your weaknesses are. And then you also have to give us your current schedule. And then once that happens, then you're all set and you're ready to sign up for Altrinsic incentives. So then you could say, you come to us and you say, listen, I'm going to get an A in Calculus 101. But in order to do that, I need $200 incentive. So we're like, no problem, we'll give you that. The thing is you're going to have to contribute to your incentive too. So the student will say, well, for instance, the student has to contribute $100 and Altrinsic will contribute $100. If the student gets his target grade, which being the A in this scenario, so then he gets $200 from us, and which means he makes a profit of $100. If he doesn't get his A, then he doesn't get anything, which means he lost $100.
So it's somewhat a win-win for everyone then.
Yeah, it's definitely a win-win for the students because the students benefit even when they don't win because hopefully it made them study a little harder, and if they studied a little harder, then that's worth much more than the incentive amount, in the long run.
Now the question people might ask is, how do you validate everything? How do you make sure that this is real if they actually passed, if they're taking classes?
Well, the way we do that is we use the same idea as the official transcript. So one thing but it's when the student wants to collect their money, either they send us their official transcript or they can actually give us access to the online account and we could check out their grades ourselves.
All right, so are you doing partnerships with schools then? Do you see, is that the future where you see this?
Well, we deal with schools. We don't necessarily need to do partnerships because we're more, but we definitely talk to them and we definitely try and do, any way we can work with them that's mutually beneficial. We're very interested in doing it that way.
All right, so tell a success story. Because I know you have
okay,
this,
so
right?
Yeah, there was this one student basically not Penn, NYU, excuse me, who basically he was a BC student and he wasn't doing so well and he basically came back. He came back, it was in the fall, and he used our site and he made all these crazy incentives that he's going to get an A, he's going to become from a BC student to an A student and everything. And we were like, okay, no problem. We'll give you really long odds and everything because it's unlikely that you're going to be able to do it. So basically,
nice.
So the student, he basically turned into an A student and he took $1,000 off of us.
All right, so he bid at that. I mean, how much is the highest bid that you've had so far?
Well, I think he himself probably, he made $1,000 profit. I think he actually put up about $600.
There you go. So where are you hoping this goes in the future?
We're hoping that we go national with it, and every student loves it and they enjoy it, and it helps out their performance in school.
And of course, lives up to the name of the site, which is Altrinsic, which means what again?
It means that you take it. We give it. That's an ulterior motivation that creates an intrinsic love of knowledge. So we want this to actually cause the students to look at their studies and say, wow, well, this is actually interesting material that I'm learning. Maybe I'll do it just for the sake of it, just to learn.
So this is a positive way to bid your money. Usually it's
yes.
Looked at, bidding is looked at in a negative light, so you're trying to turn it around into a positive one.
You got it.
All right, go to Altrinsic.com for more. Thank you so much, Steven.
Thanks, Shira.